For years, we've invited you to send in questions for the crew of Certified Transmission. For years, we've encouraged you to not just describe the problem, but tell us a bit about your car. And I'm happy to report today we are 3 for 3 with make, model, and year. Save model in one case, but we're not splitting hairs today. Peter Fink on Certified Transmission. It's good to see you again, Peter.
Oh, always great. Glad to hear we got all three, all year, make, and model. That really does help.
Right, you can give a better answer when you have more information.
Exactly. It's just like when you go into a shop. They've got to ask you questions of what's going on, how long it's been doing it, you know, who's worked on it, all them kind of things. More information you can give them, usually the faster it is to find the problem and the correct answer to the problem.
That's what you're not spending money chasing a solution.
Without a doubt.
Get to it early.
Without a doubt. Exactly.
Let's get to our first question, and this one comes from Patrick. He writes, I have a nail in one of the tires of my 2005 Honda Pilot in a spot that can't be patched. I need to replace the tire, but the shop is telling me I should replace all 4 tires at once instead of just getting one new one. Is that really necessary?
Wow, you know, that's a great question, and actually I never really thought of it just from getting a nail in a tire or something like this. We see this all the time on 4-wheel drive vehicles, okay? On the newer vehicles, when I say newer, from about 2000 up, they have the active brake system, okay, and you know, that traction control and all this. So the computer's monitoring every wheel to see how fast it's turning. When you have a different size tire, okay, it's going to start taking action. They say if you have more than a 1/4 inch rolling circumference diameter difference on a tire, that it starts activating the traction control. What will happen on transfer cases on all-wheel drive vehicles, okay, it will blow apart the transfer case. So we deal with it all the time on the transmission and transfer cases that, you know, people come in with a bad transfer case, we sell them a transfer case, and then they still got to go spend $500 or $1,000 for tires, okay, to fix it, or he'll do it again. Never thought about it when just on a vehicle when they got a bad tire or a nail in it. So yes, on an all-wheel drive vehicle, you will have to replace all 4 tires if it's more than a 1/4 inch. So actually, you've gone to a very good, reputable shop. This is not somebody trying to sell you a bag of goods or sell you more tires, okay, or something. Actually, if you don't do that, chances are you will be coming to see me with a bad transfer case.
Wow, that's a great question and a great answer.
It was.
All right, thank you, Patrick. Val is up next, and she writes, is there an easy way to reset my oil change needed light? I have a 2014 Dodge minivan.
Okay, on the Dodges, yes, there is a way. It is in your owner's manual, so if you don't remember what I tell you, okay, you can go to your owner's manual and check it out. Basically, you turn the key to the on position, not starting it, but the on position. Take your foot and push the gas pedal down kind of slowly, okay, that it takes a couple seconds. You need to do that 3 times, okay, and then you turn the key off and then start the vehicle, then the engine oil light should be out, okay? And like I said, if you forget what to do, it should be in your owner's manual to tell you how to do that.
And this clip will be posted online too,
OmahaMorningBlend.com
if you want to watch it there. Lynn, last, and the question here, my 2005 Honda Civic has 130,000 miles on it, and I put between 150 and 200 miles on it every week. What kind of maintenance should be done to make sure my 13-year-old can start driving it in 3 years? Will it really last that long?
The great news is, yes, it will. Cars will run 250,000 miles pretty easily this day and age. Now, you will have to do normal maintenance on it, which is going to be your tires and brakes and things like this. But if you change the fluids in it on a regular basis, on the schedule that it's supposed to, and you change the timing belt on this particular vehicle, I think it's around 100,000 miles. I didn't look it up. So if you didn't do that, that's one of the first things critical on this motor, that you want to get the timing belt. Other than that, probably be doing what you've been doing, okay? And if you really haven't been that good, there is online things that recommend what to do on your maintenance, and usually it's going to be changing the filters, changing the oils, changing the fluids, flushing the fluids, okay? And not just the transmission or the engine oil changes. I mean, that means your brake fluid, your power steering, and things like this. It's the old saying, pay me now or pay me later. You spend a little bit of money, that car will do that double mileage. Just make sure you do the timing belt, okay? Now, don't expect it to last very long after they get the 16-year-old kid. They're a little tough on cars, okay, and stuff.
You know,
actually,
you're a dad.
oh yeah, I was, okay, and I know I get lots of families that come in, well, my teenager started driving and all of a sudden this, okay, well, that's kind of common, okay, because they're not going to drive it like mom and dad, okay, I mean, that's just the way it is, okay, but you know, one thing to maybe help, get them involved with some of this maintenance and also what it costs, and have them be a little bit part of it, maybe paying 10% of it or something. They might be a little more careful
to do it now if they get a part-time job or as they go.
Yeah, I mean, you know, without a doubt.
One of the best lessons when my mom would say, you want something, you got to pay for it. Yeah, you can have it.
Anytime you got some ownership of something, you know what, you take better care of it, okay, and stuff.
True.
That's on anything.
Cars
so.
makes no difference.
That's right.
Certified transmission, several locations in our area. So Peter has addressed a lot of questions here for us today. But in real life, you specialize in transmissions.
That is it.
And so if you're having a problem, you're hearing a noise, you're feeling a slip, and it's got you concerned, look up one of those locations in our area. Peter, it's great to have you. We appreciate your time.
Always a lot of fun.
Thank you. And Mike will be here next visit.
Okay. All right.
I know.
Well, you know,
you guys
I don't
can
have
trade
a problem
lake stories.
with you just being here. That's okay.
That's okay. They can swap lake stories, the two of them out on the boat. Your